This is Edward Chica, and I'm going to show you how to use Autocad to make a very cool steam maze like this. All right, we've got a fresh Autocad file here. I'm going to start with the line tool, and I'm going to tell it to go to 0, 0 for the beginning of the line. And I'm going to make it to a scale in millimeters for a piece of paper. So about 180 seems like a good number. And then I have to zoom out. Okay, I'm going to start another line across the top, and we'll do 250. And now I can actually use an array tool to turn that into a grid. So I'm going to use array, I'm going to select the side piece, and I'm going to enter. And it by default makes 4 columns and 3 rows. This case I only need 1 row, and I want to do every half a centimeter, so 5 millimeters. And there's going to need to be 50 of them spaced 5 millimeters apart. Actually, we're going to need 51 for the one at the 0. 51 times 5 is 250. There we go. Close the array. And we're going to do the same thing for the horizontal line. Array, might have to zoom in to make sure you select the right thing. Hit enter. This time, we only want 1 column. And we want 180 divided by 5 is 36, but you need an extra one for the 0. So 37 of them, and spaced. If you type +5, it goes upwards. So we can type -5 downwards. Close the array. And there's a nice start to a maze. Okay, so you can make your entrance wherever you want. And you can make your exit wherever you want. Maybe they could be side by side, doesn't have to be, it could be anywhere. And then you could start a pathway for the maze. What I would want in the maze are things like your initials. So I'm going to quickly put my initials in here, and you can make it as precise as you want. And then I'm going to have them like run together. So there we go, there's my EC initials, and that will be eventually part of the maze. If you make a mistake, it's no big deal. You can do the opposite of a trim, which is extend, and you could fix any given portion that you accidentally deleted. And then you can eventually make your initials bold. So I'm going to make a whole new layer. It's good practice. So create layers, the yellow one, and you can give it any label you want, like you can call it thicker lines, because I'm going to want it to stand out. You can change the color of it to anything you want. I'll go with red. Okay. Then I'm going to want it to be thicker. So I suggest maybe 0.5. Let's see how that looks. Press OK. And then close that dialog box and switch your layer from 0 to the thicker one. And you can start making lines. If your line does not want to snap to the intersections of these grids here, you can turn on line snapping down at the bottom. It's this one right here. So I think by default it may not be on. See, it's not snapping to the intersection, so it would be really handy to have that. So I would turn it on, and now you can make sure you start at a certain place that you want to lock onto. An interesting thing about Autocad is that it doesn't display the line weight. It's supposed to be thicker. It doesn't display it by default, so I actually need to select this tool. So you have to click the tool right here, customization, and by default I believe the line weight is off, so I'm going to turn it on. And then you actually have to go to the little menu down here and physically turn it on, and now my line weight is significantly thicker, and that would show up on a printout. Okay, so in the end, the goal is to make a maze that includes elements of all your STEAM classes and things that you're interested in. So make something like this one here, and then add your name to the bottom, and that is the Amazing Maze project.